Page 8. Reading. A tough vacation.
My friend Gary called me about 3 months ago. "What are you doing in June?" he asked. "Going on vacation," I replied. "Excellent, so am I," he said. "I'm going to do a Tough Mudder in New Jersey, and so are you." Tough Mudder is a really hard endurance test. You have to be a little crazy to do it, but you also have to be very fit. "Wait a second," I said to Gary. "I'm not fit enough to do a Tough Mudder." "Neither am I," he replied. "So let's get fit." So we got fit. Last week, we finally did the Tough Mudder. And it was tough. There were about 20 weird obstacles on the course. The first was a dumpster full of ice-cold water. We dove into it. It was terrible. I almost died. Next, we crawled across a muddy field with live electric wires over our heads. I was terrified of getting an electric shock. Then there was Everest. You run up a quarter pipe covered in mud. It's impossible if you don't work as a team. Your friends at the top must help you. At the end, I was exhausted, cold, wet, and covered in mud. "How do you feel?" asked Gary. "Great," I replied. "So do I," he said. "When do we start training for the next one?"
Last summer, I went to visit my parents who have a house on a lake. It's in a beautiful spot in the mountains. It's a great place to go swimming, go hiking. I played a lot of tennis. Hiking is really beautiful. They have these long, winding paths that go up into the mountains and then overlook the most beautiful scenery. Great place to relax.
Last summer, I took a road trip with some of my friends. We went to the western United States. I got to see a lot of new states I haven't been to before, like Texas and Arizona, New Mexico, California, and I got to see a lot of new things like the Painted Desert and the Grand Canyon, and it was a lot of fun.
I had a really busy summer last summer. I didn't get to travel anywhere, but I worked a lot. Fortunately, I worked at jobs that I really liked. I worked at a bookstore where I got to read so many books, and I worked at a day camp with kids, and they were just amazing. And I worked at a restaurant, and I got to meet so many people and eat so much good food from there. So it was busy, but it was a really good summer.